鹰，拍，我们拍5下 ，Let's go 猎鹰，拍，一样，我们跟着 DJ 来试一次 ，DJ Swallow，Here we go， 拍 ，Let's go 猎鹰 ，Let's go 猎鹰，看到你们的折扇 ，Let's go 猎鹰 ，OK。这就是我们的加油节奏。那防守时，记得把你的声音拿出来，借给我们主场的球员一起来防守。一样，我们跟着 DJ 试一次 ，DJ Swallow，Let's go， 一起来防守 ，Say defense，OK， 这就是我们防守节奏。那再来呢？培养我们的默契，精彩好球。当我们的球员在场上投出精彩好球时，我会喊出球员的称号。那我要你们所有应援军们把球员的名字喊出来。例如我喊猎鹰魔兽，我要你们大喊谢宗荣。来，我们跟着 DJ 试一次猎鹰魔兽，宗荣 ，OK， 很好，就是这样。那接下来要为大家介绍我们的主场音乐，首先带给你们热血之歌，记得跟着音乐一起呐喊。我们跟着 Winstar 女孩一起试一次 ，DJ Swallow，Let's go。猎鹰，男人任性，抬高猎鹰，男人任性。OK， 这就是我们的热血之歌。那下一首为大家带来的是鼓励之歌，记得大家跟着节奏，还有我们一起大喊抬杠猎鹰。我们跟着音乐来试一次 ，DJ Swallow，Let's go。
绽放，不放弃，绝不退缩。男人精神不会倒，逆境中前行，胜利更闪耀。不放弃，绝不退缩。
音乐剧们一起来，战斗永不止步，抬杠猎鹰，
只为奋力追逐，
抬杠。
永不放弃，这是我们的呐喊。
OK， 这就是我们的鼓励之歌。那最后是我们的主场胜利之歌。只要听到这一首歌，请所有球迷跟着我们，用最嗨的情绪来迎接今天主场的胜利，4连胜需要你们了，好不好？一起把主场守下来 ，DJ Swallow，Let's go。再次把尖叫声送给女海军大员！精彩比赛马上开始，现在请双方球员停止练习。来，请双方球员停止练习，谢谢。OK， 请现场所有球迷朋友们，把你的目光移至大荧幕，一起来欣赏抬杠猎鹰年度形象影片。
在这座烈日下，你不管出门的城市，我们享受这种温度。Come on！ 只为了让会金中的意识红芽再次燃起。
我们展现勇气，锻炼力量，创造坚强的体魄，训练，不断的训练。我们的炙热蒸发了汗水。
我们享受合作的快感，更享受进球的喜悦。
同时也看见我们的智慧。
时间分秒流逝，但我们从未停下脚步。展翅翱翔，感受速度与力量。
乐音重生，飞跃梦想。我们是抬杠乐音，一起缔造传奇。
Hello， 各位运动群们，大家好，我是你们主持人 Junior， 欢迎来到成大中正堂来观赏本周抬杠猎鹰主场赛事。本周主场鹰仔学院季，邀请各位应援军们穿上校服，来回到我们最青春的学生时期。那昨日对战钢铁人联盟最强小洋将对决，我们的 Brandon 飞雷神缴出单场40分的亮眼表现。今天强敌再度来袭，我需要所有应援军们一起来作战，一起拿下4连胜。现在你们的道具，你们的应援声尖叫声。OK， 那接下来要欢迎的是用行动来支持我们的大理的重量级贵宾。首先欢迎国立成功大学沈梦如校长，欢迎沈校长。接下来欢迎 PLG 副会长陈建州先生，欢迎黑哥。欢迎右东建设张福林张董事长，欢迎。好了，紧接着为各位介绍今日来访桃园璞园领航员球员登录名单。球衣背号2号陈玉瑞，3号陈立生，7号乔楚瑜，10号林子伟，12号李家康，25号林正，45号琼斯，69号卢俊祥。桃园璞园领航员先发5人名单：1号丁恩迪，6号关达佑，21号 Brown，24号可拉汉，30号白耀成。总教练 Caminos， 教练及球员发展总监杨一峰，助理教练黄启峰、唐伟杰、柯焕维。好，我们给桃园璞园领航员一个礼貌性的掌声。现场的球迷们，在介绍主场球员出场之前，请再一次将你的目光移至我们的大荧幕。 是翱翔撼动浮沉，这里是我们的主场，我们的家。现在就让我们欢迎主场球队台南台钢乐鹰。首先进场的是 Number 2球衣背号2号精灵控卫张志豪。Number 4球衣背号4号微笑刺客 Captain Timon。Number 6球衣背号6号蒙古超跑白沙。Number 7球衣背号7号华裔射手周玉仁。Number 8球衣背号8号英雄狙击手李宇谦。Number 21球衣背号21号樱木花道吕冠廷。Number 24球衣背号24号台钢奶爸郭少杰。Number 29球衣背号29号沉默杀手潘建宇。Number 68球衣背号68号古城喇叭张国胜。接下来为各位介绍台钢联谊先发5人名单 Starting 5。Number 3球衣背号3号音速小子古堡维嘉。Number 11球衣背号11号空间魔术师 Brandon Fraser。Number 13球衣背号13号月影魔兽谢宗荣。Number 18球衣背号18号最强外接生 Henry Gavin。Number 33球衣背号33号禁区风暴 Nicholas Burgess。董事张国胜，领队李宗翰，总经理王成伟，总教练 Rob Corner， 助理教练 Sean Kilmartin。请双方球员握手致意，接下来是球员暖身时间。
Welcome to Tainan. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Shout out to Anakin Skywalker's 501st Legion. Last night was the Plus League's 500th game. Thank you all for being part of this journey. Tonight is game 501. For the final game of this Ghosthawks homestand, they will have another crack at the top-ranked Pilots. The Pilots will be the #1 team in the standings for the 17th straight week of the season. But if you're the Ghosthawks and an optimist, 4 straight Ghosthawks wins starting tonight, and the Pilots losing next time we play to the Steelers would vault the Ghosthawks to #1. The Braves don't play till March 8th here in Tainan, then host 5 home games in 11 days. And the Steelers last night scored their season-high 108 points in a loss to the Ghosthawks here at home. On the Mandarin broadcast is 蔡景景、Julian、林志龙，球迷朋友们，你找到了英文转播，要听中文的讲评，当然就按到中文的转播链接。谢谢你的收看，记得我们 Plus League 的转播都要帮我按赞。I'm Ryan Chen, taking care of you guys on the English commentary side of things. It is the 3rd straight week of Plus League basketball where the Pilots are visiting the Ghosthawks here in Tainan. The Pilots are playing shorthand with Justin, Mu Junshan, and Ling Zhen, training with Chinese Taipei in preparation for this Asia Cup qualifier window. The Pilots played the Ghosthawks last Sunday and had their 5-game winning streaks halted. It also prevented the Pilots from getting 3 straight head-to-head wins in the against the Ghosthawks, which also happened on Tuesday, December 17th. There's the last 3 matchups where the Ghosthawks won by 7 points just last week. The season series is the Pilots 4 wins, 2 losses. And talking about iconic games, the Pilots twice denied the Ghosthawks' first home win Sunday, December 1st. The next game, Saturday, January 18th. And the Ghosthawks twice ended the Pilots' winning streaks, December 21st at Taoyuan Arena, and a 5-game winning streak by the Pilots, the last weekend game here at National Tsinghua University. While the Pilots, on their hand, have snapped the Ghosthawks' 4-game winning streak on January 18th. Pilots versus Ghosthawks. The poster actually chiefly featuring the 2 head coaches, Raul Corner on the left, coaching on the right-handed bench, and Yuri Caminos for the Pilots. The Ghosthawks on their side win, and they're in the Plus League playoffs thanks to the head-to-head win against the Steelers. And the Steelers lost column, and the Ghosthawks clinching this season 5 victory with yesterday's victory. The 2 coaches seeming friendly, chatting pregame. Previously, there's certainly been a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws in the games. And a few weeks ago, that a matchup in Taoyuan, after a loss, Coach Corner in the second column in particular saying that if the officiating, if the fortunes of the game would go that way, then the championship should be handed to the Pilots. But last week, there's also the national team conversation, which also came into conversation in the postgame for the Pilots, where Yuri Caminos brought up the fact that there was inquiry about changing the schedule to allow for the Ghosthawks and Pilots to be better represented on the national team. As mentioned, Justin and Ling Zhen are in the Chinese Taipei training camp, whereas the Ghosthawks have a full roster for this weekend ready to go. So a little bit of words exchanged. Sometimes it's not so safe to share what words are said in the game. Zooming in on the this 9-game stretch of games for the Ghosthawks where they're in the Plus League spotlight. In baseball, it's said that a 2-ball, 1-strike count is the biggest tipping point, where the next strike And a second strike will be a strikeout, a pitch to spare, but a ball will be a 3-ball, 1 strike count, nowhere for the pitcher to go, lest he walk his opponent. Well, tonight for the Ghosthawks, they'll find themselves either 6 wins and 3 losses or 5 and 4, and I'm certain it will feel very drastically different. Getting the highlight package is Alec Brown, who scored a season high for himself, 28 points, and a personal Plus League career high, 7 blocks. He was the shining star for the Pilots in what eventually will be a defeat. Of games where he makes at least 3 3-pointers, that's happened 17 times in his 2 years with the Pilots here in the Plus League. The team has won 15 games and lost 2 games. Alec Brown, of the last 2 seasons, is the 2nd highest 3-point made of all Plus League imports, only 2 behind Micah Fibra, who's impressively did that in 1 season, but Alec Brown doing so with 4% more accuracy and in 14 less games played than Fibra. And of the last 2 seasons, Alec Brown has been counted on to play the 2nd most games, just behind Julian Boyd's 48. Alec Brown, you saw, has 45 games played. And that will come into play, especially in this matchup, where the Pilots are without their top local scorer and actually leading scorer of the season. Mei Ming-sen, Hwang Yer-han, and Hwang Jun-ren will be the 3 officials from left to right. And now it's time to introduce the starting lineup with Andy Mustafa Ding, Alec Brown, Travion Graham, Ethan Bialton, and killer Guan Da-yo. The Andy's 2nd start of the season, previously December 15th versus the Steelers. Over on the Ghosthawks side, Jimmy Shizono is starting next to Gabriel Humphrey, Nick Perkins, Brendan Fraser, and Gumao Weijia. It's the first time Coach Corner has his 2 point guards starting together. Pilots in their black and orange, Ghosthawks in their home whites. Again, the Ghosthawks allowed 108 points, the highest of the season, and we can break that down as the game goes on. It's tipped up, and Perkins will get it on a ricochet. Travion Graham on Frazier as he picked up the dribble. Time running off the clock, and nobody coming for the basketball. Over to Gabby, guarded by Guan Da-yo, driving baseline, putting it up and rolling in. This is Gabby's first start as a member of the Ghosthawks. And an interesting lineup choice to have him along with Jimmy, but they've actually played 68 minutes together, the force mode pair combination for Gabby, according to our stats at Preciser. Alec Brown's double team still fires away, and a rebound for the Ghosthawks. Frazier with a hand in his face will leave it short as Jimmy comes down with it, but poked off by Travion. The 2 teams in their own way sizing up. Guan Da-yo to Travion Graham on the block, guarded by Gabby. Couple dribbles, the double team comes, spins away from it, and on the baseline gets a bucket. Graham sat out the last game for the Pilots against the Ghosthawks. A screen as Gumao to the corner. Jimmy fires away. Good arc and no as Gabby chased down that rebound and deflected out of bounds. There's Travion going the up and under. Keep a note of all the matchups defensively. Perkins screening as Gumao from plus 3-point range. Remember, the Ghosthawks are playing on a back-to-back, but they've been quite strong in this stretch playing at home as Travion hit 1 time, maybe a 2nd time, draws the whistle. Ambi trying to screen for some position. Travion almost exclusively takes those runners with the right hand. I think it'd be smart if Andy would try to maneuver to the left side instead. The first free throw is good. Travion Graham out of VCU goes 1 for 2 at the line. Pilots sticking with their man-to-man. That means Guandayo is on Gabby. Jamal can't shake Bialton. Throws it back to Jimmy. Got one in the air. The foul comes as Andy took to the air. His previous start was at home versus the Steelers, as mentioned, on December 15th. 30 minutes, 33 seconds played, 4 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. No starts in the East Asia Super League. Returning from knee injury, but on the other side, Jimmy's been pretty healthy, but not played as many minutes as his MVP form from the SBL would indicate. The Braves, more often than not, electing to bring in import big men. Game tied up at 3 apiece. The previous high that the Ghosthawks allowed in a game is 104 points as Ethan streaks to Brown from about 10 feet. That was the Ghosthawks' very first game in the Plus League, their very first game of the season against the Pilots on the road. Perkins deep position as Jimmy, an easy pass intercepted by Travion. Takes a bump, trying to get around one as Gabby slaps that out of bounds. Graham perfectly playing that passing lane. It's a holding foul before the inbound. One reason why it's noteworthy to look for Pilots to find some scoring is because the Ghosthawks actually have been seeing an uptick even through this stretch of games where they're playing with very little rest and with their opponents keying in on them. Quick dump to Graham and firing out to Alec Brown. That's in and out. Andy gets up for the board. Power move and an in. Through week 2 through week 12, Ghosthawks 95.9 points per game, but only one game scoring above 100. Ball out of bounds for the Ghosthawks. A little bit of contact on the sideline. But week 13 through 17, they've averaged 99 points per game with 3 games scoring above 100. And again, the Pilots without Justin Lu Jingxiang. Gumao got a step, swatted away, and Travion saves it inbounds. A pretty fired up Ethan let out a roar, and now he leads the offense. Down low, and deep to the reverse and in. A 9-3 opening salvo by the Pilots, forcing a timeout on the Ghosthawks side. Their ball screens have not exactly opened up anything, and a defensive effort like that will make things tough. We'll go to a break and back with the action after this.
Hello， 第一排的可爱女生来看我们镜头。他们有看到，来上镜头了。你的手板，哦 ，Hello，Hello Sherry， Hello Brenda，Hello， 还有毛巾的，有没有手板的？哎 ，Hello ladies，Hello，Welcome to the stadium。Hello 晨晨，秀出你的手板。
Ghosthawks family in attendance. The cute kid holding the sign. Ghosthawks started 12 of 14 games for the Ghosthawks, but a lineup change by Coach Corner and the staff. As we see Ethan Pauian, actually a sneaky good shot blocker in his 3 years as a pro. And we have a little clock situation as being told by the broadcast crew for Formosa Television. 5 more seconds should be added on the clock. And so this might be a starting look for the Ghosthawks. Ghosthawks along with Baisa. We'll see if it yields better results in this opening quarter. Jimmy left open, but covered up after the dribble as 6 seconds left. Ball screen, deep shot blocked, and it's then turned over by the Pilots. Take foul by Ethan. As now the Pilots coaching staff very much in question about what's going on. Probably with a, they want a rundown of the shot clock, as the Pilots didn't have a good grasp on the ball. Obviously, Guan Dayo was on top of it, but didn't really, if you're a Pilot side, didn't engage a basketball move. A deflection isn't really control of the basketball, because, for example, if Guan Dayo would have brushed it out of bounds, it would have been Ghosthawks with 14 seconds. They overcommit as now they recover. Nick Perkins in and out as Andy taking an awkward spill. Horn set as now handoff to Travion. Guarded by Frazier, over to Brown. Deflected pass. And Brendan Frazier will get 2 points. Off-ball foul as the Pilots had a mismatch, and Jackie Lee Jiakang will check in. You know, previously Graham was backpedaling. That created a gap for Frazier to shoot. Meanwhile, on the other side, some high hand fighting. Trayvon working quickly and leaving it short as a rebounding foul will be called against Amdi. Trying to get some clarification on the physicality there. Let's see it again, as that's one of those light tasks, but you're catching the rebounder in the air. And it sounds like a warning will be issued against the Pilots.
Pushing before watch out ball, he punched it.
A little bit of front court pressure for the Pilots. Quick screen by Perkins for Frazier. Now the action going the other way as Xie Zhonglong from three-point range downs it. Xie Zhonglong had one made three in yesterday's game. As we have an 8-9 ball game. Travion getting them in the air and scoring from down low. Nearly 5 points for him. Quick hedge and a screen as Frazier tries his turn, and that's in and out. Mackie taking the sideline. Never advisable if you're a basketball coach. Shaking Ghosthawks with space to a contact, count it. So we had a better move after that. Li Jiakang has a personal career high of 24 points set this season, as Ghosthawks didn't get the basketball. Now I bring that up because for the most part, if you look at the Pilots' ledger, their top scorers have been Justin almost exclusively. Back in season 4, Ethan had 20 points. Taoyuan actually had a 20-piece back in season 2. But his shooting form and his surgery and rehab situation, we got a long way from that. Jimmy down low to Perkins. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And he stopped as the Pilots push it up. Ethan with some space, skating by everybody and laying it in. Coach Corner already called an early timeout. Doesn't want to stop the action again here in the first. And an illegal screen is called, or yes, it is an illegal screen by Perkins.
Come on, don't get beat.
You see Baisa get beat down court, but so did the rest of his team. And substitutions will be coming. It's Damon Brooks for the first time and Gumao. They're in for Jimmy and Frazier. Already 16 first quarter points for the Pilots. Jaron Jones checking in for the men in black. Stopped his dribble, couldn't deliver a pass. Now down low to Andy and a big monster jam. Not exactly how they drew it up, but an emphatic 2 points as Andy has an early 6 points. Last time these two teams matched up was just a week ago, and we're looking for their scores then. Perkins fading away. It would have been tough as Damon Brooks had a hand on it and it deflects. Travion Graham finds it. Cross court to Jackie, back to Jones. All matched up until Travion Graham pops free, and that's a little long. Through pass, look out. Some contact there as it was out of bounds. And sounds like we have some extracurriculars. Last time these two teams match up, it was a 24-24 tie in the first quarter. The Ghosthawks created separation in the third, 24-16. Already in the bonus, Pilots first send Jackie to shoot this technical free throw. Talk about physical play. This head-to-head series has the lowest scoring average at 92.9 points per game. The next lowest mark is Ghosthawks versus Braves, 95.4. Graham chasing Ghosthawks. How about from 15 foot on the wing? No. As Jackie switching sides over to Ethan. Jones screening baseline as a crease is opened up and foul. Brooks trying to chase Ethan there. Not an easy task. 2 free throws. And you see backpedaling much harder than a full sprint despite getting the block. Foul first. First free throw good by Chen on the season. Average is 69 0.6 from the line. You see on the score bug. Clinks it, but chases his own board. Not a good sign. Already a 12-point lead for the Pilots. Andy coming up the screen for Travion. Over to Ethan. Driving, delivering a pass. Travion, tough shot as Jones chases it. Shooter wide open on the left. That's Ethan. And time to think about it. Delivers a shot short. How about from 10 feet? 2 points and a rebound, as we say here in Taiwan. So there's the stat I was looking for. There's 49.7 fouls per game when these two teams match up combined. And three-point shooting is not exactly the Pilots' forte, as Jaren Jones puts a move. Good defense. And a long rebound to Kumao. 2-on-2 one way as Damon Brooks makes it. They're going to Jones. No shooter on the side, so they swing it. Now they want Travion. Quick move on Ghosthawks. In the air, got it. Pilots have 5 scorers, and they're led by Travion, 7 points. 1-2-5 pistol. And the Pilots, again, match up. Stay matched up. Damon Brooks taking a turn. A tough shot, that's in. Brooks and Perkins, natural lefty shooters. There's been different iterations of teams in the Plus League, especially those early year Lioneers. They had a lot of lefties on the team, something that, funny enough, Kenny Gao, the spokesperson for the Ghosthawks these days, actually made a point of saying maybe it's a baseball thing. See shooters take it with their left hand instead of right. Number 3, Anderson, Tenleeson. Passes in, cuts away as Alec Brown on the far wing. Jackie squeezing and off glass and a bad miss. And a holding foul, some extracurriculars. Damon Brooks was being held. Just a warning. They need for the extra shove afterwards. I don't imagine that Anderson will be guarding Damon Brooks for the most part. Quickly down low, Frazier going at Tony Ray. Returning from a knee injury and swishing it on the fadeaway is Frazier. 10-point game. Trying to cross screen for Jones. 2 in front of him as Tony Ray drives the gap. Swatted away. Jimmy with a volleyball spike, and now the Ghosthawks trying to attack in space. Pilots match up as Frazier to Brooks. He's open, cuts. Fancy Euro, but overshoots it. Under a minute and a half. Brown screaming for Jackie. 2 feet in the paint, kicks it, swings it. And a travel call against Tenleeson.
Jackie, here!
Looks like Yuri trying to change up some matchups defensively. You see Anderson 2 steps before the basketball went to the floor. One thing that Frazier might not know is the scouting report on Tony Ray. He's not played a lot, as I mentioned, as Kumao off to the left. Jones driving to the left side, tough take. Ghosthawks will have numbers. Frazier floats it up too strong. Got a hand on it as Alec Brown gets the board. Credit to the Ghosthawks. They have not fouled and sent the Pilots to the line for bonus free throws. Last few possessions here in the first. Jones fade away, too strong. Frazier asking for space across to Jimmy. The deep three, no good. Several possessions down the stretch there. We have not seen a score. 24-14 is the score, with the Pilots coming into town for the Ghosthawks' last home game in a stretch. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Do you know about the girls' world? What? It's just like
Welcome back to the broadcast. If you're watching on YouTube, your likes on the Plus League live streams are appreciated. We talked about how this is a very defensive matchup. Well, the team that scores 100 or more points in this head-to-head is going to be at a 4-1-0 loss mark. In particular, those 4 games average 35 points from the bench. Otherwise, that number is down to 27. And in the 3 active import era of the Plus League, things can really get shaken up by a high-scoring import, as Jackie easily blocked by Gabby, and the ball dribbled in but out of bounds. Very silly by Jackie to assume he could just drive on Gabby and take a layup on the same side. In this head-to-head, Gabby averages 1.3 of the Ghosthawks' 1.2 blocks. Obviously, kind of a small sample. Gabby joining the squad as Jones has a catch and shoot, and butter. Jaron Jones, the first points on the game. Early foul on the outside by Anderson. His second personal. Jaron Jones from Michigan, Indiana, one of 2 new imports with the Pilots, though the other, Julian Boyd, has played a long time in Taiwan as Gumal. Forced into a miss as Anderson, look what I found, a little opening, misses, bodied on that layup attempt with Jimmy guarding, and Jaron Jones cleans it up. Holding foul off ball, Taoyuan Once again, shadowing Frazier. Here you see the two-handed hug. On the switch. And switch back. Nope, they switched the wrong way. Demond Brooks down low. Gabby takes the pull-up jumper and banks it in. One thing about Anderson's defense is he gets switched off of so easily. And the Pilots need to switch back as Taoyuan trying to go under, he misses. And out of bounds on the sideline. So considering 100 points is the goal, you see Gumal try to make a move around Jackie for the Ghosthawks, wondering if there's too much physicality. A 14-point first quarter doesn't really bode well. Anderson, 2 feet in the paint. They don't have the best shooting out there as he slips with the hands, now drives and might have swatted from behind as Jones gets the putback. Over to Frazier. Kind of a shadow with Alec Brown nearby. Spinning baseline, his shot is up and missed. The 15-point lead as Taoyuan in space, looking for Jones on the switch. Slow, loopy delivery as he loses it. And a foul by Taoyuan. That's the 3rd team foul. So this Pilots lineup just trying to get through, but paying with it with some fouls as you see Anderson lucky to get it back. And then I think Irgi's right. It was a tap on the back of the head. Frazier somehow left open, nothing but net. Taking advantage of the Pilots changing personnel. And then a defensive foul. Get another look at Frazier. Shake his man with a good move. Ethan will come in for Gumal. Travion up top to Jones from the top of the arc. Wow. Jaron Jones heats up. It'll be quite a tough task for the Ghosthawks. 2 guarding of Frazier as he keeps the dribble alive. Takes the right-handed finger roll. The second quarter, it's 10-7 as Travion drives, stripped, and they say it will stay Pilots basketball, though Travion trying to get a foul call. And we will have a video replay challenge. That's kind of the give and take of those out of bounds calls. If you don't whistle for a foul, then the other team, high probability they'll elect a replay challenge, because the referees cannot add a foul here. It looks pretty clean by Gabby, as it definitely looks like the ball comes off of Travion's thigh, and that's why it bounces upwards and not just down. But Demond Brooks's left hand was in there as well. And it'll stay Pilots basketball. Yesterday, Coach Corner also used this replay challenge rather early in the game.
台钢一挑战失败，球权维持原判，领航员球。
By my count, it was the 1 minute and 2 second mark in the second quarter. And we have another foul. Brooks' second personal as you get another look. Good eye to see that deflection. Up close to Taoyuan, can't get the reverse. Not going to be easy going up against Gabby as Frazier shakes one, shakes two, keeps it alive as Ethan, not electing to take the shot, switches to the other side. Damon Brooks rises and knocks it down. Back to a 10-point ball game. Andy coming up the screen as Ethan change of pace, rifles it over to Jackie. Shot fake to the mid-range, the runner off. Lee Kong has had a hell of a 3-game stretch in the wrong way. 4 for 27, only 15% from the field. Far cry from what we talked about, how he had a impressive 24-point game. Gabby will just be out of bounds for the Ghosthawks. Up against collegiate foe, now professional foe in Amdi. Gabby went to Wanren Keda. Amdi from Zhenzi University. Ethan finds Brooks. He tries another three. It's going to be a long rebound and a 2-on-3, or 3-on-2, excuse me. Guandao from the right side, no. Another long rebound. The Ghosthawks secured 85% of the defensive rebounds as Guandao takes a tumble, but scores the layup. Gabby needs to get helped up. Been a wet floor out there. See 9 offensive rebounds for the Pilots. Frazier, no contest on the shot, and look what I found. Damon Brooks with the putback. Back to a 10-point game. The last time they played was also the only time the Ghosthawks won the rebounding margin, as a charge will be called for an offensive foul, maybe with the elbow. Maybe the Pilots' 14 fouls. Get another look again. There's that elbow to the side of the head, as Taoyuan was kind of putting that bow out before he was really making a move, and makes it even that more obvious for the referees. One key about that rebounding margin is 8 out of the 9 Ghosthawks had multiple boards. Frazier keeping the dribble alive until he passed it out to Jimmy. I don't know if it touches anything. Amdi with another rebound. Ethan trying to push the pace. Over to Alec Brown. The 3 on the way will get a big bounce out. The Pilots have not had that much success as the first quarter scoring the basketball. Frazier trying to get away from the D. Mismatch. Damon Brooks with Ethan in front of him. Alec Brown right under the basket. 2 feet in the paint. Tough shot on the way will draw a whistle as Ethan crowded his space. That's a time where Ethan reacted too fast, got into that shooter's cylinder. Another wet spot that they're going to clean up. Frazier out, Perkins back in. Damon Brooks took yesterday's game off, while Juga Dimic was in there for 8 points and 7 rebounds in 20 minutes. So for the rest of the half, the Ghosthawks will be shooting bonus free throws. Brooks on the season, a 76% free throw shooter. Makes them both. Ethan thought about taking the layup. There's switches in a lot of places. Ghosthawks trying to recover as Amdi had position. Now go to the other block. Wandayo, backwards runner to Amdi. Put it on the deck. Playing tough, but the Ghosthawks were better defensively. 8-point ball game as Kumal facing Amdi. Ethan, the dribble, the three will dance off. Amdi over the top, blocked from the side by Gabby as Travion can't. And Amdi might have took a hit to the face, and if the referees miss a call, this is a bad one to miss. Player on the deck. Now, if it is basketball, then contact with the body, then it's okay, as that might be the case here. Just knocking Amdi in that right eye, and he's in a world of pain. Now, if it is an egregious move, the referees could upgrade the foul. As just because you block the basketball doesn't mean you can continue with the follow through. Andy being checked out by multiple training staff members. You see that right pinky. Tricky thing is, even the slightest contact to the eye could have quite a dramatic effect. Obviously, the headline is Justin not in the game. Well, the Pilots are also without their local big Ling Chen. So fresh in the game is number 10, Lin Ziwei, as Guandayo makes a move out to Ethan on the left wing, overshoots it. And a more physical play, and it'll be a loose ball foul against Travion Graham, his second personal. Tough stretch that the Pilots are trying to weather.
Player jump vertical and they jump on him. But what is this? He jumped vertical. Always when there's a set.
So in the first quarter, we were talking about how the Pilots were getting the Ghosthawks into foul trouble. Well, here, 5:01 mark. Gabby making a couple of free throws. Previously on the season was only 4 for 8. And a 6-point ball game. Brown screening for Ethan. Now Travion splits the gap with a spin, clutching in the air and blowing the lay-in. Pick and roll through as Brooks gets it on the ricochet, and the Pilots call timeout. A 4-point ball game as Damon Brooks coming alive here in the second quarter. He has a team-high 13 points, and his agility right now tough to match. Time for a break in the ball game. 36-32 is your score. We'll be back after this.
6位111，3个1。第6位038，第7位200号，第8位025，第9位023，第10位040，第11位107，107，第12位22号，22，第13 170号，第14位168，来最后一位026，恭喜以上的球迷，记得。
The New Taipei Kings had a hard-fought victory, but defeated the Morocco Bulls to earn the East Asia Super League Final Four appearance as the only two-time participant in the East Asia Super League playoffs. They're joining the Ryukyu Golden Kings, Hiroshima Dragonflies, and the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots in Macau March 7th and March 9th, no matter the first night's results. So if you're just tuning in, Pilots coming into this game a little shorthanded. A couple guys getting the honors of representing on Chinese Taipei. And in the game, Andy with a hit to the right eye, still getting treatment. Pilots last played and lost to the Ghosthawks. Ghosthawks on a second of a back-to-back, playing good pressure defense. As Ethan cutting baseline, scooping a layup, and somehow it goes through. Previously, the Ghosthawks did a pretty good job cutting off passing lanes. And that's why they call him Sen Qi Xiaobai. Now Guan Daiyu pressuring Perkins on the outside, going with power, and a whistle comes. Previously, the Pilots were quite disciplined with not switching or switching back. Actually, Ethan looks like he was going to take that layup the whole way.
Because if I put a local, they are going to foul, and go to the free throw.
Nick Perkins leans and can't have any force applied on that object in the air, a la a Jedi would. As Jackie will check in for the Pilots. And an 0 for 2 trip. One of the famous trainers here in Taiwan on the Pilot staff actually works with all kinds of players from all kinds of teams in the offseason. Back to Jones, behind the back on Ethan, getting the whistle, and will have to earn it from the line. Jones calmly sinks the first. In yesterday's post-game press conference, Coach Corner sharing something that we didn't hear before, which was happy that the Ghosthawks got the win, but not the game. But then following up saying, as Jones overshoots the second free throw, that it's a kind of quality, a good quality, to be able to have a more tough assessment, a self-evaluation in a victory, as that basketball, finding one of our social media colleagues here on the baseline. That might be fun footage to keep. Substitutions for the Ghosthawks. Considering the Ghosthawks were 0-3 at home to start their season here at National Tsinghua University, they've certainly turned the page around, as Jackie taking a fadeaway. Alec Brown in the paint with the board. Jones trying to find the handles as they swing it to the right side. Lee Jiakong, air ball on the overshoot. Now Jones shows him how it's done. Family and friends close to the bench. Wearing some of the gear, looking good. Gumal waiting for the double screen. Killer stays with him. Back to Perkins, got him in the air. The dribble pull up, no, as Alec Brown, another board for him. Back to a 10-point game as Jackie fires it up and somehow gets it to go. Thought he got hit with a foul, no whistle, and the basketball gods were on his side. Pilots switch bigs as Brooks gets the foul and one. Working on Jaron Jones. One of those kind of mistiming up fakes and shots. We got to see it again, though. Previously, Jackie could have been hit there. Could have been hit there. And this is what in the referee world is called sequencing. You can live with tight whistles both ways. You can live with loose whistles both ways. Obviously don't want it to be going one way or the other as Damon Brooks takes a hit to the face and another foul call. Maybe rightfully so, though, as Alec Brown kind of twisting around at the elbow extended. There, see, after passing it off, put his right hand over the shoulder of Brooks. But an offensive foul, so no free throws. 13-10 is the total foul count. And now Guan Dao is called. A little bit too much pressure. Ghosthawks need some points to kind of settle things down and break the Pilots' momentum, albeit not much momentum with how choppy the game has gone. Under 2 minutes to go. Ethan draws Damon Brooks as Alec Brown in deep, clutching layup blocked. With space, Ghosthawks drops it back for Perkins. He offers up a miss. Definitely took an off-balance shot there. As Jones going right at Ghosthawks. Pilots don't really have a great offensive scheme with the personnel they've shown in the game much. Open miss by Brown. As now we are under a minute to go. It's been a 23-20 quarter for the Ghosthawks. Gumal driving left, blocked by Brown as Perkins picks up his teammate. And the Pilots want to talk it over. It's a 5-point ball game. And the Ghosthawks have certainly taken advantage. Gumal once again is speeding past Guan Dao. And nobody picking up Perkins on the block out.
Right now. Last offense is 5 down. 5 down. The Mons take good screen, look for the non option. So that we have the 4 passing it in, so they cannot double team from it.
They have to foul. They have 1 foul. On this, we have to shoot in 6 seconds. Okay? 6 seconds. If no, play long. Because they have to foul. Okay? Let's go, eh? Let's go.
Let's go.
Trey, inbound better this side, okay? To pass here and have this free.
你跟加康互挡，然后接球之后回传。
10 to 3. 10 to 3.
Stop, let's go, one stop. Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense, let's go.
You might have heard the call. The Pilots going for a 2-for-1, trying to get a quick shot up and forcing the Ghosthawks to play defense twice. Travian Graham inbound into Jackie, getting past Gumal. They don't get the shot off. As Graham out to Ethan from the left wing, the three, got it. Big, as the Pilots were previously 3 for 13 from outside. Now just about no different shot clock to game clock. Skip pass over to Baisa, left wide open, and he counters with the three. 7 seconds left. Travian Graham going to the right side, and a blocking foul against a double team. Two local players trying to trap Travian, and they did have a foul to take. Now we'll leave 4.2 on the shot clock as nobody checked Baisa. Long two from Travian, and that bottomed. A buzzer beater and a 3-score sequence between the two clubs. A 7-point game heading into the locker rooms. Another good one here in Tainan. Take a break before we break things down at halftime.
Waving the coco, popcorn이나 챙겨 껴들 생각 말고 I talk the talk, runways I walk, 눈 감고 pop, 안 봐도 쳐. By 1 and 2 by 2, 내 손끝 툭 하나에 다 무너지는 중. 각자 show 지금 화려해, makes no sense, you couldn't get a dollar out of me. Hey boy, make him whistle like a missile, bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up, make him whistle like a missile, bomb, bomb. Every time I show up, blow up, 너무 아름다워, 널 잊을 수가 없어. 눈빛이 아직 나를 이렇게 설레게 해, boom boom. 24, 365, 오직 너와 같이 하고파. 낮에도 이 밤에도 이렇게 너를 원해. Yeah, 모든 남자들이 날 매일 check out. 대부분이 날 가질 수 있다 착각. 절대 많은 건 원치 않아 맘을 원해 난. 넌 심장을 도려내 보여봐. 아주 씩씩하게 대로 씩씩하게 so hot 내가 어쩔 줄 모르게 해. 나지막히 불러줘 내 귓가에 도는 휘파람 피던. 이대로 지나치지 마요. 너도 나처럼 날 잊을 수가 없다면. 널 향한 이 마음의 fire, 내 심장이 빠르게 뛰잖아. 점점 가까이 들리잖아. 휘바람, 휘바람, 바람, 바람. Can you hear that? 휘바라바라바라밤. 휘바람, 휘바람, 바람, 바람. Can you hear that? 휘바라바라바라밤. Hold up. This beat got me feeling like 바람처럼 스쳐가는 흔한 인연
再一个掌声送给我们 Winston。
Next week, the Plus League is off as we cheer on Chinese Taipei in the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Check back Saturday, March 1st for the Steelers hosting the Pilots, followed by Steelers playing the Ghosthawks. It was just announced recently that the TSG Corporation will also have a professional volleyball team here in Taiwan. Well, for the basketball Hoopers, they are down by 7 after the first half against the Pilots. There you have points, field goal shooting, three-point shooting, rebounds, assists, turnovers from top to bottom. Crucially, you see that rebounding margin. That's also concerning as the Pilots have 14 offensive rebounds, leading to 13 second chance points. Really making it tough because putbacks are a lot easier. Catch and shoot threes on offensive rebounds are usually much more open looks than traditional half-court offenses. And one thing that's been very tough for the Ghosthawks, at least in the first quarter with Andy in there, is they were not even containing the Pilots' paint attack, despite going up against the Pilots who don't have a dynamic penetrator like Isaiah Briscoe we saw yesterday. So that 30-20 advantage is certainly something they have to identify and make corrections. But on the flip side, for the Ghosthawks, their leading scorer is Damon Brooks, and he's been very efficient, 6 for 8 from the field, and of his 5 two-pointers, I dare say, all 5 of them took place within 15 feet of the basket. And the Pilots have had troubles, even playing decent defense against him. He still finds a way to make it in. The rest of the squad, though, trying to find their stroke again. They're playing on a back-to-back, so the legs might be a little bit tired, and certainly have one more game of film for the Pilots to study and figure out a good game plan against the home of Ghosthawks. Meanwhile, the Ghosthawks, though, on the positive note, they've had much better screening action in the second quarter, getting some switches and mismatches. And they did get up to 28 points in that second quarter to the Pilots' 25. So on the scoring front, things are looking up. Let's see if either team can string together even more stops in the second half, as we've had our share of dry spells to be expected between the two better defensive teams in the Plus League. Time for a break, and we'll bring you leading scorers in the next segment after this. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen. Thank you for tuning in to this Plus League regular season game. And another tough battle between the Pilots and the Ghosthawks. Interesting enough, nobody in a dramatic foul trouble. The most is 2 across the board. But let's start with the Pilots' leading scorers, Jaron Jones with 14 points, really coming alive there in the second quarter, followed by Ethan's 10. Travion Graham in the lineup with 9 points. Amdi with 6 quick points. And Jackie Lee Jakob also with 6 points to his name. Absent there is Alec Brown, so far in the game 1 of 5 shooting. He also really came alive in the fourth quarter of their last time they matched up, really with the only scoring opportunity with any efficiency for the Pilots, but it's a new game. And they spread their wealth around pretty well. But they have to contend with Damon Brooks, 16 points in the first half, surpassing his 13 points per game against the Pilots this season. Next to Brendan Fraser's 9 points, Gabby with 6, then just starting to fall off. Jimmy Shizoma with 4 and Baisa with 3. Notably absent Nick Perkins and Guman Weijia, who are combined 1 of 11. As we get to enjoy the highlights of Damon Brooks, showing he's a scorer at many different levels, and what's also very, very impressive, he's able to score on the opponent's bigs through some contact, even over the top, even without the benefit of a whistle. Well, it's time for a break, and we'll be back in about 3 minutes for the start of the second half.
Japanese, I said hi, hi. That's my life, baby. I'm a rock star. Been on a mission, boy, call me, catch a deal. I'm still in diamonds, make them chase me for the thrill. Been in my BKK, so pretty. Every city that I go's my city. Goatee sitting on a dash, she a rock star. Make your favorite single wanna rap, baby. La la, Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi, hi. That's my life, baby. I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. I'm a rock star. Is that hype, baby? Make you rock hard. Make a wish, babe. What you wanna do? Dipping out of base just like a pontoon. It's a fast life. It's an attitude. Put it on a calendar. Tell me when to come through. Yes, yes. I can spend it. Yes, yes. No pretending. Tight dress. I'll be sent it. Oh shit. Lisa rapping. Been on a mission, but they call me. Catch and kill. I'm still on diamonds. Make them chase me for the thrill. Been in my BKK, so pretty. Every city that I go's my city. Goatee sitting on a dash, she a rock star. Make your favorite single wanna rap, baby. La la, Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi, hi. That's my life, baby. I'm a rock star.
Wow, fantastic, baby. Fantastic, baby.
잘해 땅을 흔들고 3분은 우승보다 race 분위기는 quiet catch me on fire 진짜가 나타나
하나부터 열까지 모든 게 다 한 수위 오래 벌판 위를 미친 듯이 뛰어봐도 버튼 한 우리 오늘은 충분히 너무나 푸르니까 아무것도 묻지 말란 말이야 느끼는 말이야 내가 누군지
심장 소리에 맞게 뛰기 시작해 막이 끝날 때까지 yeah. I can't baby don't stop this 오늘은 타락해 미쳐 바라게 가는 거야.
Welcome inside National Chenggung University. Amdi took a hit to the right eye on this play at the rim. Hopefully he's all right. At least up on his feet. No eye patch, interestingly enough. But credit for Gabby, who has a team-leading 3 blocks as Damon Brooks in a little trouble. Back pass to Gumao. He's guarded by Taoyuan in his first real serious action since his injury and recovery. As a foul and one, Perkins scoring on Brown. Good start for the Ghosthawks. You see Perkins forcing closeouts against Jaron Jones and now Alec Brown. Able to get blow-bys or pull-up jumpers in the case of the last game. And Perkins, after going 0 of 2 from the free throw line in the first half, makes his first. And out of bounds, Ethan will turn it over. Four-point ball game as Baisa given space to the corner. Perkins shoots it in Brown's face. Got it. A quick personal 5-point run as Big Perk is heating up. 5 points just like that in the quarter. Brown is driving, finding an angle and laying it in. Now Perkins going to the dribble right in the face of Ethan. Bodies on the floor as the Pilots will bring it up. Travion Graham in space, way short. Damon Brooks coming over the screen. As Baisa, big rainbow, big bounce. Now the Pilots will run offense as a foul. Taoyuan driving. Taoyuan, the only local player that was not originally a member of the Pauian basketball family, whether the Pilots or the SBL Pauian squad. Started his career in 2018 with Taiwan Trust as he clinks the first free throw. And misses them both. Not known to be a dead-eye shooter, though he did have 6 made threes in the Taipei Arena back in his student days. Sticking with Gumao, they're looking for Perkins on the block. Finally get it to him. Damon Brooks squeezing. Jumper on the way. Brown rolls around, screening for Jackie, beating one, tough take, and off the backboard and in. Brooks wanting to take a go at Travion, no, as they switch. Gumal's three, no, as Perkins put it on the board and put it on the rim. No luck. Whistle in transition. And Andy will join the fray as the Pilots will size up. Cross to Alex Brown from the top of the arc, no good. Ethan on DeMond Brooks, his ball on the deck, it's to Brown. 4-on-3 as Jackie takes it himself, a tough spin and makes it. The hoop and the harm. In the first half, Jackie had a tough lay-in, no whistle for him. This time, Ghosthawks swiped down in that last bit and definitely drew a foul there, if not for the contact initially. So the Pilots building up a 8-point cushion pending this free throw. Jackie rattles it home. Gumal in space, got Travion on him. Jimmy drops it off for DeMond Brooks. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Going middle. The shot is a little short as Andy doesn't even take to the air and grabs the board. Good pressure defense and an erroneous pass as DeMond Brooks. A whistle comes. Obviously the Pilots want a travel call out of that play. Too careless with the basketball on the perimeter. You know, look, Brown kind of tied up there, and I think they have a case. There was some funky footwork there. Now, it doesn't excuse the fouling by the Pilots. I need to take a better look, though. Wayward to the left. On the ricochet and in. On the season series, the Ghosthawks shoot 71% from the line as opposed to the Pilots 65. A slight percentage advantage there as Ethan from 14 feet, easy money. Ten-point ball game as Gumal trying to get around, through past to Brooks. And he misses as Amdi swirls around and protects the rebound. He's at the top. Jackie will relieve him of the basketball. Now starting a pick and roll. And despite a Ghosthawks foul, Yergi immediately calling Amdi over. Looks like some instructions for some screening action as Gumal, you see, with 4 personal fouls. There you see hands to the chest. And smartly, the Ghosthawks staff bringing Ethan to save Gumal from a possible 5th foul. Travion driving on Frazier. A little bit of a slippage as Jackie offers up the shot. Some contact out there as Baisa saves it inbounds. DeMond Brooks, almost. Quickly down low to Travion Graham, and he scores the and one on Frazier, kind of getting into Graham's space there as the shot was going up. And it looks like Coach Corner wants to get to the television timeout. There you see, when Gran was in the air, there was a gentle hip check, but it still throws the shooter off balance. Really can't allow that.
Hey, we are good. We are good. In one moment, they have to start calling to them the foul.
You want to hit him, maybe hit him early, let him fall over. But if he's in the air, as Jaron Jones has an easy putback. And with some time coming off, the Ghosthawks actually call a timeout. So they don't utilize the TV timeout after all, but the lead is now ballooned to a 14-point margin. Pilots putting their foot on the pedal here in the third. Follow the Plus League English Instagram account at P.LEAGUE_EN. Here in Tainan is the 英仔学院季, or roughly translated back to school theme weekend. In the third quarter, early on, Nick Perkins had 5 points, a 5-0 run, but after that, the Ghosthawks have only been able to muster 1 made free throw and are down 62-48 as Frazier gets the basketball, brings it across the timeline, driving on a Travion, now getting it back. Switching sides, the jump pass. Driving kick. Now Ethan clutching in the air and getting it off the backboard. The product out of Doherty Valley. A lot of friends there. Travion squeezing, putting it up, and a miss. And looks like he's a little down for the count. Gabby getting around Jackie, clutching in the air, and a lay-in for him. Ghosthawks want to apply some pressure after the score, but retreat. Andy across to Jones. They're looking for Travion. As hand on the back by Gabby. Will be a bonus free throws coming up. That's why you work on your dribble moves, kids. And if you can, work on your hops. Certainly helps. Pilots 2 team fouls. Ghosthawks, every foul is bonus, unless it's the offensive foul variety. Not the worst guy to foul, though, as Travion, in a couple years here in Taiwan, and not demonstrated to be the best free throw shooter, coming in tonight at only 58%. Makes 1 of 2. Cross to Perkins, driving on, and blocked by Andy. Beat Jaron Jones on the dribble drive. Now a 4-on-4. Jackie takes the bump, and he will go to the line. So there's Andy showing off his shot blocking chops. Coming from the weak side. And Perkins looked like he was even trying to protect the basketball and go with a finger roll. Kind of twisting his hand there instead of trying to go for a dunk. And replaced by Alec Brown, as Jackie's shooting form is so off whack. He was one of the better free throw shooters in the Plus League. Makes the adjustment. Guandayo to guard Frazier down court. Quick double and switch. Gabby forced baseline, passes it towards Virgi. Still 8 seconds left as Frazier around the back. Double to the corner. Gabby blocked by Jackie. Still with time, puts it up for a miss. Long rebound, Pilots have it. Half numbers as Jackie with power to Killer. Back to Brown, around to Anderson. Finally an opening they want, and they execute. A tray ball by number 3. And just as you thought the Ghosthawks were getting a little into form, give up a transition 3. Perkins jump and a nifty score. I was going to say jump hop. Don't see that too often in modern basketball. Screening action, and a whistle comes. Killer, Guandayo, not the most confident three-point shooter himself. Was in a kind of funky position. And then previously, well, he'll be the judge of that. This time, Jackie sinks the first free throw. No subs coming in for either team. More work for our hard-working staff. And Jackie goes 2 for 2, perhaps developing some confidence. Two guarding Frazier as he gets around, but a whistle comes. I think it's going to be on Guandayo. The Pilot strategy is pretty clear. Send multiple bodies at Frazier, make it tough for him to catch the ball, make it tough for him to bring it across the timeline. If he expends energy there, maybe he's not as good of a scorer as a foul on the shot. Maybe Jackie a little too aggressive after blocking the shot. Getting a look at Gabby, pull-up game. Might be a little bit of daylight, but the call is the call.
How you can call something that didn't happen?
So just awkward smiles over at the end of the Pilots bench as Gabby obliges with an 0 for 2 trip. Quick catch and shoot for Alec Brown, and a merciless barrage by the Pilots. Continue to break open the game. Alec Brown's first three-point made on the game. Well, you know the stats. 2 more to bring the Pilots to a 90% winning team as ball out of bounds off of White, they say. And no replay as the Ghosthawks already issued a video challenge. Now, there's not no contact on that play. In a matter of ball control, as you see Guandayo got a hand on it, at least on that second effort. A lot to break down with that one, but first the action as a nice swipe. They take it away from Jackie. A tie-up and a whistle. And this will be Ghosthawks shooting free throws. Substitutes first as Alec Brown with 3 personal fouls will head to the bench. Before getting back in the game, Andy takes a cloth and maybe dries his tears off. Remember, he took that hit to the eye. In the season series, Frazier averages 18.7 points and Gumao averages 10 points. So you say on the bench, but in this game, the latter held to 2 points on 0 for 6 shooting and has 4 personal fouls. Now he's heading the scores table as Guan Dayo back to Andy. Little zone look as Anderson left open from the top, way short, and odd 2-man game there. And hurried passing. Ethan, did he stay in bounds? Well, at least an out of bounds on the sideline. And it looks like all of the Pilots want a video replay on that one.
They press, we break the press. If there's no quick advantage, timing.
3:04 on the clock. You see Ethan, shoes on the sideline. Though awkwardly enough, if the out of bound is called on this secondary action, theoretically, it's not the same play. Anyways, it didn't look like the Pilots had a hand on that basketball, so turns out to be a good video challenge, but maybe not an accurate call by the officials. You see Damon Brooks, haven't seen him in a minute. Jones, one hand on the basketball, keeping away from Perkins. Patient with it as the ball gets loose. Anderson picks it up, a long floater on the way, and good. That's what the Pilots had planned all along. Frazier left wide open on the right wing. No. Out of bounds. Jones and Perkins involved. We'll see how they call it as Coach Corner. A little distressing look. That play a little unlucky as Gumao caused the deflection. Now with a fresh 14. Baseline, a miss. And a foul on the rebound. Again, multiple players going to the deck. I see. Not nothing on that rebounding play. Though Jimmy should be the shooter, and the referees, maybe thanks to Jurgi, get that corrected. We saw it in the East Asia Super League. There's some shenanigans where the wrong free throw shooter took the free throws. This third quarter, 25-14 for the Pilots as it's too long. Some front court pressure. Shovel pass ahead to Guan Dayo. Now with some space, Travian working right over to Killer. Catch and shoot 3, in and out as Amdi bounced it over the board, and Ghosthawks get a stop. Not a bad look. Pilots just about 30% from three-point range in this game as Gumao. He works into runner range and it's short. Long rebound. Frazier in the backcourt. Moving up ahead, the deep three drains it. If you're the Ghosthawks, you're hoping that sparks the team as Anderson works into the paint, falls onto the deck, and ends up coughing it up. So 1-3. How about another? Overshoots it as a foul on the rebound. There, the Ghosthawks numbers was the advantage. And just like that, maybe it was planned rotation, but Anderson coming out of the game. Driving with the basketball is a good idea, but driving and turning it over, not what you want. That's Amdi's 4th personal foul. Amdi trying to make it up to double digits on the game. His high score this season, 11 points back on February 6th against the Braves. Did so on a perfect 5-for-5 shooting the basketball in the loss. Was a spark plug in the second half as Ethan back to Jones. Open look for him. Got it. Ghosthawks looking to Frazier. Ball screen from Perkins. No switch as an early foul. The referees are sure to tighten things up.
Your boss is laughing. Your boss is on the big right now.
And a look at the Ghosthawks overcommit defensively. You see the fouls, 22-19. On our way to the average. There's the hand on the back, not nothing. Though the question could be, did it affect the play? Now, ironically, in this season series, the team that hits 10 or more threes are actually 0-4. But if you make less than 17 free throws, those teams are 0-4 as well. I don't think that's how coaches draw up their game plans analytically, as Jones flips a pass. No call as Travion Graham went to the deck. With numbers, Guandayo take foul and free throws coming up. Guandayo's got to be better at remembering the foul count. That's the second time this game. Previously, it was against Gulmal. He has 4 personal. So after the Jones 3, actually in between the Jones 3, the Ghosthawks have made 5 straight free throws. The lead right now is 12 points. 4-second shot clock, game clock difference as Ethan handoff with Amdi. Now ball screen, driving to the corner. Travion switching, keeping possession, putting up, and they're going to wave it off. Just a beat too late on a shot clock violation. And it seems like the Ghosthawks erroneously thought it was the end of the quarter. And it looks like the referees might want to put a little bit time on the clock, given that it was a shot clock violation and a missed shot. The referees will have a little conference. As you see, the 0 took place just about 5 seconds, so that's pretty smart. At least for the referees to have the awareness. Now it is a dead ball, so it's understandable that the two teams might want to change of personnel. And actually making on the floor is number 8, Jerry Liringjie. Well, so you make a 3, and now coach puts you in the 3-point lineup. He's in the far corner, marked by Amdi. Ghosthawks and the other as Gumal under his own basket. Now remember, the Pilots have no fouls unless they want to give the Ghosthawks a chance at the line.
But why no baseline? The inbound is on the basket. Ah, okay. Good. Thank you.
Perkins now coming up. Takes the long inbound, fakes the short handoff, dribbling up against Jones. Takes the bump and a clean swipe out of bounds. And the referees are going to let time expire. And it remains a 12-point Pilots lead heading into the 4th and final frame. It's going to be a tough one for the Ghosthawks to come back in the game, but they have 12 minutes. We'll be back after this.
Let's go! OK， 楼上的黄金比例啊！有小孩了，1楼2楼一起再一次。OK， 再一个，很好，再一个 ，OK。 来，再给我们大人一个尖叫声！谢谢音乐节队。无论你是猫咪老虎、猫咪老虎、麻雀蝙蝠，都有骄傲，都有大步。Let's go party party all night.
Plus D 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 IB Bar 学英文吧，教你篮球的英文术语。欢迎大家点资讯栏的链接一起学习。Andy Mustafa Day getting the highlight package before we start the 4th quarter of play. Getting the starting nod in today's action, perhaps over his Zhezang on the squad. Ling Zhen. Perhaps Ken watching the action. The Pilots, despite turning the basketball over 7 times and missing 5 free throws, are able to get up to the 28-23 lead thanks to 7 of 9 shooting from 2-point range. The Pilots behind Alec Brown, Travion Graham, and Jaron Jones are 2 wins and no losses here in Tainan. If we look at import combinations, they've been positive rebounding and turnover margin as Travion takes a tough one. Guarded by Gabby. They only allowed 85 and 86 points in those 2 games. Gumal working with Perkins. Now over to Gabby, giving some space. Driving on Jackie, stopped. Gumal with some room, off balance, misses the runner. How about Jones walking up to a wide open three? He doesn't miss. Jaron Jones having a productive game with now 22 points. How about a driving kick? Gabby, he misfires. Long rebound to Amdi. And I don't know if Amdi's Cavs are capable of catching the basketball. A turnover on the Pilots. Perkins, a step back on the way, no good. Letting time run off Jackie. Now putting on the move. Reverse pivot and a nice push shot. This time they beat the clock. And a 5-0 run to start the fourth for the Pilots. Through pass to Perkins. Over to Gumao. Unable to finish it. Little screen for a big as the Ghosthawks stay home. Now Graham driving, kicking to Jones. Made one in the quarter. Not on the second as Andy on the deck again. So 5-on-4 offense as Gabby draws a foul. And I think, understandably, the Pilots want to get a review of what was going on. The more modern edition of FIBA's rule books, it is possible to have previous incidents lead to fouls, as you see Jimmy seek out Amdi, which rebounding wise is correct, but going to the neck is not exactly a basketball move. And we've been told by our broadcast partners that the referees are going to look for it themselves. Now, considering Amdi already got hit in the eye, I think it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for the referees to provide him some protection. Speaking to the commissioner in the game, seated at the scorer's table, has the gold bands on the sleeve. And they will call an unsportsmanlike foul. And again, it might not be the most egregious foul, but considering Amdi already took a shot to the eye,
裁判透过 IR 系统回放确认，给予猎鹰13号谢宗荣违反运动精神犯规。
So it will be Gabby with a couple of free throws from the common foul on the drive when they had a numbers advantage, but 2 more free throws for Amdi and Pilots basketball. So basically just throw in 2 free throws for Amdi and guarantee possession no matter what Gabby does at the line. Understandably, Amdi has been a problem for the Ghosthawks, but fouling him in such a way is not the way to minimize the impact. Now the referees consulting the commissioner about the order of these free throws, because the foul took place, which the referees added, but the action continued and they did assess a foul against the Pilots as Gabby was driving the basketball. Practically speaking, this should not be very difficult for the referees to figure out. This is something that's already happened.
犯规的罚球，领航员罚球2次。
Granted, there theoretically should be no rebound, so unless they rescind the foul on Gabby's drive, there you see the yellow hex labels they put on the visitors basket. They switch those sides. Looks like I need to be corrected. Will be a live ball on the second free throw as that climbs out. Point each way as the Pilots begin a bunch formation under the basket. Jackie with space, a step back three as his wrists were curled up all kinds of funny ways. Now Frazier quickly going with speed. His step back is going to be a misfire. Want to start a handoff with Travion. Ethan going baseline. Swallowed up. And they say out of bounds off of White. Only 1.5 though on the shot clock. Jones in the corner, foot on the line, two on the way, and burying it. An emphatic buzzer beater as a foul on another Gabby drive. We'll see who it's on. It's on Jackie. Let's get another look. Running to that left corner. Jones at 6'9", just a little out of the reach for Damon Brooks's contest. Ethan sticking on Gumal as the through pass. Andy there for the challenge. 3-on-2 shovel to Jackie, runs into the defense, and a charge is called against the Pilots. Brave of Gumal to step into harm's way. Get another look at Amdi timing that one up perfectly, but going the other way. Jackie will actually get helped off the court. Looks like he actually took the brunt of that contact. 8 minutes to go. Out to Jimmy all day long. Over to Brooks, switching to the other side and swirling it in. He still leads all Ghosthawks with 19 points. Down in with Jones. Over to Guandayo, Travion in the paint. Amdi now taking a turn. Patient with it, one dribble, up and in. That's as classic as big man moves get. While a more modern big man, Alec Brown, is at the scorer's table. Frazier driving, up and in. Connects on his float shot. Still a 17-point game as it looks like Gumal fouls from behind, and now PLEAGUE will like to challenge even if the referees don't look on their own. Ethan still on the deck as it looks like something's not right with his hand and wrist.
通过 IRS 系统回放确认此次犯规是否有升级为违反运动精神犯规。
Now the result of the play certainly is really bad. You see Ethan kind of put that left hand down on the hardwood. It will be just a common foul, though I think rightfully the referees should issue a warning against the Ghosthawks as their guard play, especially from number 3 Gumal, is disruptive in the wrong ways.
Did you see? Just asking.
I want number 7 screener. Number 7 screener.
Buck, I'm gonna say Gumal was really excellent defensively in the opening quarter of the last time these two teams matched up. But this time he's kind of on the back foot. Ethan will stay in the game. To 5 is the score on the quarter as Graham finds an angle, no, to Amdi, ball on the deck, and off of a Ghosthawks boot and out of bounds. 1.3 on the clock. Let's see what they have planned for this possession. Maybe they'll run the same play for Alec Brown. Going right to the cup. A block by Damon Brooks. And they'll whistle the play dead. There's a big collision under the basket, but they say fair play. Contact all over the place. Brooks and Perkins trying to screen for Gumal. Gabby behind the back, shook Killer and misses the shot. Here you called the play during the video review, down to Brown. Just in isolation on Gabby, has the height advantage, shakes, goes baseline, no, as Killer Guandayo got a hand on it, but Perkins up ahead to Brooks. Didn't quite have the elevation, does on the second effort as a call to the bench is made for the Pilots. 15-point game. Man open is Alec Brown and an early foul is called. Kind of funny how most of the Ghosthawks are at the end of the bench with what looks like 8 seats around Baisa. So changes are made. Anderson and Jones. Killer got him in the air and off the window. It was in. Good patient move by Guandayo. Has got a hand on the ball and look out. Out of bounds on the far side baseline from us. Two pump fakes. Just like some people like their caramel. Baseline inbounds not easy as Perkins from the close side clanks it. This time Ethan stays on his feet. But the Ghosthawks now will be putting the Pilots in the bonus. Screen for Ethan. Looking for a pass. Finds Jones on the wing. No good as Alec Brown. Board. Deep inbound to Jones. Patient with it and got a foul. He had Baisa guarding him right under the hoop. Not an easy assignment for the Mongolian guard. Pass could have been a little bit higher as Perkins also gives a shove from behind. That's his 5th personal. Jones, a team high 25, make it 26 points. Really showing out here. Also has 10 rebounds. Ghosthawks figure out their personnel. Driving, dumping it off to Jimmy. Kick out to Brooks, patient with it. And wayward with the shot as the Pilots get it across. Cutting Guandayo, defense left him open and an easy deuce. Looks like the Ghosthawks are running out of steam. Under 5 minutes to go. The last stretch of game 32 of our regular season coming up after this break. Welcome back inside the home of the Ghosthawks here at National Tsinghua University. Interesting stat I found is after the Lunar New Year, back in season 2, there was on the 11th day when we started actually in 4 games, the imports shot 58% from the line, but the locals 75%. But this 5th season, on the 5th day of the Lunar New Year, those splits were actually almost reversed. More interesting than maybe ultimately impactful, as remember in season 2, Sim Bular was the import of the year. He took a ton of free throws. Baisa overshoots it. It was a pass inadvertently to Brooks, who slams it with one hand. It was, by my count, a 21-point lead before the timeout as Alec Brown, bingo on the layup. The largest lead in the last 2 times these 2 teams matched up was 11 points by the Pilots in the victory here in Tainan. Is Gumao cashes a 3. Getting up to 5 points on the game. It's not been easy for him. Brown again, and this time on the jumper, no, as Jones and Gumal kind of tangled up there. Off of the shoe, Brooks picks it up and gets it off the window. A couple of scramble plays, won by number 4. Dio keeping the dribble alive, and it's a turnover as he fouls going the other way. It's a bad mistake that the fifth-year guard shouldn't be making out there. To go. Jamal crossing right, delivering a pass over the top, deep bounce, and too much hot sauce on that delivery. Jimmy unable to corral it. Actually, a pretty good look, but Jimmy wasn't ready for it, or a softer delivery would have been better. Anderson, bad dribble there, keeps it alive. Back pass is not going to get to Brown, as now they try to get a turnover again. And this time the Pilots finally actually get a decent look as Yergi cancels a second timeout over on the Pilot side of things. If it takes your 7-footer to go up against the 6-foot-tall guard in transition, that was a lot of work. Pilot just 4 points away from the century mark. Big rainbow and a clink from Damon Brooks. The shooting percentages are going down. Through pass, Jones looking for an outlet as Alec Brown, he delivers. Splashing it from the left wing, and the Pilots still unhappy with some officiating going on. Looks like the team is ready to bring in some of their subs. See Lee Sun, hands to the chest. We've already seen Ling Ziwei or Wayne come into the game. Chao Tzu been a bit. He's not really found a place in the Pilots' rotation. Screen almost switched as Brown, not an accurate pass, but out to Anderson, wide open, off the mark. Sending a lot of attention ball side as Frazier got one in the air, and Chao Tzu just a beat early there. Either that or a beat late, whichever. Frazier, 18 points on the game. Here with the first free throw. Only has 3 rebounds, no assists on his line, but 1 turnover. Not bad. We're going to try the Brown and Ethan ball screen now. Pick and pop. Keeping it alive. Chao Tzu, he's left open. Lofts up a 3 and a beauty. Nice spiral for him as the pilot section pleased with that result. Now Frazier will try to counter, and Zue actually did a decent job keeping Jimmy off the board. Through to Brooks, and a offensive 3 seconds is called. Down the last 27 seconds. A lot of long looks on the Ghosthawks bench. Frazier will force Easton to put it on the deck. Keep the dribble alive as it's Brown's turn. And that was Gumal's 6th personal foul. Number 2 Zhang Zihao will take his place. There's Gumal, Wei Jia's line as he exits the playing floor. One thing the Pilots definitely can work on some more is their free throw shooting. As a squad, just about 55%. Anderson now has 6 points on the game. Frazier will take the shot after the buzzer, and that will be the ball game in the books. Pilots coming on the road and snapping the Ghosthawks 3-game winning streak, all coming here at home in Tainan. So the clinch for the Ghosthawks will at least be delayed for a game, as the Pilots will move up to 14-4 on the season. A 22-point victory is the widest margin that the Ghosthawks have lost by in quite some time. You see the first quarter and the fourth quarter was they built up a big margin. Don't forget, in the third quarter, they were threatening when the Pilots pulled apart to lead by 12 heading into the fourth quarter. Now, to the Ghosthawks' credit, they won 5 games and lost 4 in this real tough stretch. Playing 9 straight games in the Plus League schedule as Ethan donned the headset. Now asked about the personal performance of Ethan.
首先就是因为俊祥跟林正就是代表中华队出去比赛，那其实我们在他们出去的时候，我跟嘉康啊、达佑其实就已经有讨论过，就是可能我们本土必须要扛起得分的责任，然后来弥补俊祥不在的这个空缺这样。那古毛的话，因为我觉得他是一个很好的后卫，那上次就是跟他对决，我觉得就是可能自己没有准备好，但是这一次我回去的时候有特别准备好，然后来跟古毛做一个较劲。那就是也看到昨天可能有费雷神跟埃塞亚他们的对决，那我觉得我们本土后卫必须也要来一场对决的。
Ethan saying that knew that Justin and Ling Zhen would be out for Chinese Taipei, so he and Jackie had discussions and needed to step up. Last time he wasn't ready for Gumal, but prepared this time.
因为就是上一场被他。就是他表现很好嘛，那我觉得这场就是跟他对决必须要讨回来一下。那当盖到那球的时候，其实自己非常亢奋，因为这是对决嘛，对。
And finishing off saying that yesterday Briscoe and Frazier had a back and forth. It was time for locals to perform better. And on the block shot said he was beat by Gumal last time, so was excited by his block shot.
我觉得其实我们每个本土球员或是跟杨将其实配合都很好。那在这一个礼拜，俊祥跟林正不在的时候，我们一起其实针对了很多防守去做改变。那今天的表现，我觉得就是大家都很愿意防守，然后大家都开口去沟通。然后下半季我觉得就是当俊祥、林正回来他们的时候，我觉得我们会越来越好，更好这样。
And saying, knowing that the personnel that will be coming to this game, they worked well in practice, made their adjustments, set up a game plan, and in the second half, they will be getting better and better. And as mentioned, they do keep the Ghosthawks at bay for a game, as the margin now is 3.5 games, with the Pilots looking to clinch the first seed in the regular season. By the end of the game, Ethan had 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists in a strong performance. But we'll have to throw it to a break before wrapping things up in the postgame here in Tainan, where the Pilots emerged victorious. ，Sunday evening is high five time for the Ghosthawks with their home fans. The visiting squad brought along family and friends. A fun scene over at the Pilots baseline of things, where coming in as the road team really got off to a strong footing and carried through to the end of the game. There's the final statistics on the game. Pilots with a 22-point victory, making 4 more three-pointers in 5 less attempts, grabbing more rebounds, and despite turning the ball over more, quite a few of those were dead ball, and they also were much more in sync with each other for 21 to 10 assists on the game. The Ghosthawks really couldn't string together the offense they wanted. Meanwhile, the Pilots didn't really get stuck in the mud nearly as often and for as long as stretches as they did in the last game. And the 2 leading scorers for the respective squads both came off the bench. And so that's kind of the power of the talent level some of the players in the Plus League have. Jones in this case, led the squad, making 5 3-pointers, 26 points in all. Meanwhile, Devon Brooks, a tough fought 25 points on his end. So once again, looking ahead, we have games down at Kaohsiung High, where the Pilots will kick things off on Saturday, and the Ghosthawks will play the Steelers on Sunday. Finally a chance to catch somebody else, maybe on the fatigue side. And once again, the Braves are off until March 8th here in Tainan. So on behalf of Tai Jingjing and Ling Zilong, I've been Ryan Chen. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.